in the little chat box. I'd really appreciate it. All right, seems we're good. Can hear you. Good, I do. Good, can hear you. All right. Well, thank you guys for taking the time to let me know you can see and hear everything. Welcome to the webinar. This is an exciting one for me because this really is my expertise, Facebook advertising as well as sales funnel management. So I hope you guys are going to learn a lot today. I have a lot to talk about, so I would say buckle in because it's probably going to be about 45 minutes to an hour. Hopefully I'll get through all the slides and maybe show you a little bit as I share my screen. So jump right in. Okay, so this is how to set up an effective Facebook ad campaign. Like I said, I am Joe Poe. I am the Digital Marketing Specialist at RAC. I also have Millennial in there, just so you guys know. I've hosted a few webinars, a couple months ago about being a millennial and how to target them. So this is kind of on the same path. Facebook advertising is the new wave. I'm going to show you some stats on why Facebook advertising is important, how many people use Facebook, especially my generation as a millennial. I can tell you guys we spend a lot of time, we're on there every day, so this is definitely a great place to find home buyers. So a little housekeeping, just in case you guys don't know who RAC is. We are a wholesale correspondent lender licensed in 16 states across the country. We consider ourselves as a group of lending specialists dedicated to helping you close difficult loans on time. Some of the benefits to working with us include 24-hour underwriting, 72 hours for conditions. We accept rent-free letters in lieu of VOR for all our government-backed programs. For FHA and VA, we go down to 500 with no overlays. For USDA, we go down to 580 with overlays. And the one really great thing about us is you have direct access to our underwriters and closers. For those of you that are our clients, you know that you can talk to our underwriters. If you are not a client, that is definitely one of the benefits to working with RAC. I've also included an email address where you can send pre-quals to. We actually pre-qualify your borrowers. This way we don't waste your time, you don't waste ours. We'll let you know on the surface if you send over a 1003 in credit report, if the loan's even doable here, if it's even worth your time to send it in. So that's a little added bonus for you guys. The email address is prequals@racmtg.com. And I've also included our website if you want to check out some of our loan programs, www.racmtg.com. Okay, so let's jump in. Why Facebook? Well, first of all, the platform has 1.71 billion monthly active users and 1.13 billion daily active users. Now, this is worldwide, but Facebook is everywhere. And even in the U.S., not 100% what the number is, but it's in the hundreds of millions of daily users. Facebook boasts 1.57 billion mobile monthly active users and 1.03 million mobile daily active users on average. 82% of 18 to 29-year-olds online in the U.S. is using Facebook, 79% of 30 to 49. So this stretches not only from the millennial generation, but into Generation X. So everybody is on Facebook, and that's why it's such a hot topic right now, advertising on Facebook. The thing I'm going to walk you through today is kind of what's the more successful way to advertise on Facebook instead of, I've tried Facebook ads, I've boosted posts. That's not really taking full advantage of what Facebook advertising can do for you. Facebook accounts for 1 in every 6 minutes spent online and 1 in every 5 minutes spent on mobile. People spend more than 20 minutes a day on Facebook, so they're there. If you're targeting them, they're there. They're on Facebook. Users generate over 4 million likes per minute, so everybody's interactive on Facebook. They're watching videos, they're seeing images, they're liking this, they're liking that. So not only is everybody there, they're also interacting with other people, friends, whatever. They're also interacting with businesses. There's more than 50 million businesses that use Facebook. Every month, Facebook users leave 2.5 billion comments on Facebook pages, which means that the public is interacting with these businesses. They're leaving comments, reviews, asking questions. So if you're not on, if your company's not on Facebook, then you're missing out on a huge opportunity. Nearly 1/3 of Facebook users, 32%, engage with their brands regularly. This is big for you guys to know, because not only do they leave comments and reviews, but they're also engaging with the brands. They're asking questions. They're checking out their posts. So it's important to know that, because if you don't have a business Facebook page, I highly recommend you creating one today. 42% of customer service responses from brands on Facebook happen within the first 60 minutes. So imagine having your business page and you're active on it. Somebody asks a question and you're the first to answer. Guess what? You're probably going to get that lead. All right, so these are kind of the steps we're going to go through today. I'll be elaborating on most. Some of them, once we get towards the end, the tracking, analytics, and remarketing, I'm thinking about doing a whole other webinar basically on that. But I'll kind of give you the highlights today, and then you guys can let me know at the end if you would like me to host an entire webinar on tracking, analytics, and remarketing, because it is a really big topic. So we're going to start at the very basic level, getting set up. So creating the Facebook business page. Like I said, if you don't have one, please create one today. There's a link, and you guys are going to copy this presentation, so you'll have these useful links to click on. This will walk you through how to set up your business page. Just so you guys know, you need a business page in order to create ads. So setting up your ads account, it's really simple. Once you create the business page, include a little picture, a little snapshot of what it looks like. So if you click that arrow, there'll just be a thing that says create ads. You're just going to click that, and then you'll get started right in the process. So it's really simple. They made it very easy for the users. So when you first push that button, create an ad, it's going to ask you to choose an objective. So I'm sure if you guys advertised before, you've seen this. If not, I'm kind of going to walk you through which ones I think are the most beneficial. In my opinion, traffic is a big one, and I know a lot of people use that. Traffic includes drawing or pushing traffic to your website, to a landing page, to a specific blog post that you just put out, a specific video that you just put out. Driving traffic equals link clicks. So whoever's clicking that Facebook ad and landing on that website page or video, whatever the case may be, it could be a YouTube video. Engagement's another one if you just want to build up likes and, engagement with your posts. This could also, drive some awareness of your company, get you interacting with potential customers. If you just created a video views are a great place to start. This way you can start driving traffic to get leads familiar with you, get home buyers familiar with you. My favorite one of all, and we're going to cover this in length a little bit later, is conversions. The conversions objective is a little more complicated than the rest of them because you need to have the Facebook pixel in place, which I'll explain what that is later. But that basically drives people to the landing page that you've created to either download an ebook, download a free guide, whatever it is. But Facebook in that one will optimize your advertisement to get the most conversions possible if it's set up correctly. So that's why that one's my favorite. It'll optimize for them to download your free guide or, which we'll eventually talk about, qualifying your borrower, for further talks, once they give you a little bit more information about them. So there's a little bit more about each objective. I said traffic start here. This way you guys can build up a little awareness for your company. So if you just created a really great blog post, or if you just created a really great video on, how to make the most out of buying a home, or how to make the process easier, whatever it is, share this and use the traffic objective. This way you'll get the most link clicks and the most visitors to that specific page. And then you can retarget them afterwards and I'll cover some of retargeting and remarketing a little bit later, but what it means is using the Facebook pixel, you can track all the people that visited that one page where they checked out the blog or they checked out the video, or even if you guys host a podcast, podcasts are hot right now. If they visited and checked out your podcast, you can retarget those people through the Facebook pixel and send them some more information to download something for free, or you guys can qualify them right from there. The engagement one, get more post engagements, page likes. I mean, that's really self-explanatory. You could do that if you want to build up your page likes. Video views, if you create a video, you just want people to get there. Same thing with the video views. You could retarget those people to become conversions, after you started generating traffic. Conversions, that's the next step after building up a little bit of awareness. Drive valuable actions on your website or app. That's the description that Facebook is, but really it's driving people to your landing page to download certain content. So let's talk about crafting the offer. Now this is assuming you guys already drove some traffic to your blog post or your video and you're retargeting. But you can also do this right from the start. If you want to bring in some new leads, you could just do what we call, us marketers call a lead magnet. It's a free offer. It's an irresistible bribe offering a specific chunk of value. So whether it be a guide, you see the types of lead magnets there. It offers value to a prospect in exchange for their contact information. For the lead magnet, and this is the first offer, make sure it's free and make sure it's minimal information, maybe just their email address. Because honestly, it's just an introduction. You don't want to ask for too much of them too quickly because you might scare them off or you might turn them off. The goal of the lead magnet is to maximize the number of targeted leads you are getting for an offer. So like I said, you're getting their email addresses in exchange for something valuable you're giving to them, some valuable information. Types of lead magnets include guides or reports, cheat sheets or handouts, toolkits or resource lists, video trainings. You could do quiz. You could do blind sales materials. That doesn't exactly apply, but you could send a list of properties and their prices if you'd like, in kind of like a catalog form, a digital catalog form. All right, so I pulled this from a very popular digital marketing company, digitalmarketer.com. I want you guys to have these little tips because honestly, this is kind of the checklist I go through when I'm creating an offer or a lead magnet. Keep it ultra-specific solution to an ultra-specific market. So solve a specific market's problems or pain points. So obviously your ultra-specific market is home buyers. What are their pain points? Think about it. Throughout the process, kind of what are the bumps in the road, and then offer a specific solution for that. Why are they hesitant at first? Are they not aware that there's, low down payment programs? Well, offer a solution to that. Here's a guide on how to get a house with an extremely low down payment. That could be something. And make it one big thing. Like I just said, we're focusing on the down payment. Make and deliver one big promise. Speak to a known desired end result. Their obvious end result is to get a home and to have the process be as smooth and as painless as possible. So speak to them, and that's one of their pain points. It's a huge decision for families to purchase a home. Make it a little bit easier on them. Make the process easier. We're the experts here on mortgages, as you guys. So share your knowledge of how to make this process more painless. Speak to them specifically. The lead magnet or the free offer has to be immediate gratification. Your market, they want a solution, they want it now, especially if you're targeting millennials. They call us the instant gratification generation. So if you do have a little guide or something like that, make it easily consumable. And what I mean by that is they click download, they put in their email address, and they literally get it in their email, 10, 15 minutes later, and it's maybe 1 or 2 pages of information. Really simple, really consumable, but valuable. You want it to be a high perceived value. Just because it's free, it doesn't mean it should look free. Maybe hiring somebody to do little graphics for you or colors, or you can do it yourself. I mean, there's some really great programs, and I'll show you later, that you can create lead magnets yourself and have them look a little more professional. Also, make sure it has high actual value. You know, you made a big promise to them, so deliver them the goods. Deliver them that free report that can, you know, make it easier, or that free guide that can, if you're a first-time home buyer, download this free guide to make the process easier. You know, obviously I'm just giving you broad examples, but you guys can think of something really specific that will trigger something out of the home buyers, you know, something that really is a pain point for them about getting a mortgage, you know, because it is a big life decision and it's complicated. Any way you can make that easier for them, promise to make it easier, and then deliver them that guide to making it easier. And like I said, rapid consumption. Make sure they can download it, they get it, they read it, you know, 1-2 pages, and they consume it. You just offer them something valuable, and then you got their email address in return, and this way you can start sending them emails and building that relationship up even more. So I put some examples down here. So for first-time home buyers, you can create a little cheat sheet or a checklist for them, everything they need to know to get a mortgage. You know, this includes down payments, closing costs, you know, all little tips that will make the process easier for them. It could even be before you come to the table, make sure you have all your documents in order, you know, W-2s and pay stubs and all the necessary information. Make sure your credit's fixed. I think I have one in there about credit. You can send them neighborhood market reports, just reports about those neighborhoods that they're looking. You know, do some research and find some market information for them, some neighborhood information for them, and share it for free. How-to ebooks or videos, how to get a mortgage without a down payment, how to roll your closing costs into the loan, how to fix your credit. That's a great one, especially, you know, before they get involved with the mortgage. You know, it's all about if they have the right credit score. So offer them some information, you know, 10 ways to boost your credit score by 100 points. You know, and if you know some of that insider information, share it with them. It'll be extremely beneficial for them. And guess what? You just started a valuable relationship because now they trust you. You've offered them some valuable information. So they're going to be willing to move on to the next step in the funnel. You can offer them reports on the neighborhood, school, crime in that area. You know, be that expert on that neighborhood or in that specific city area, whatever it is. Be that expert. Share reports with them. You know, if they're looking in that area, you know, show them the elite schools. Show them, you know, the crime statistics of that neighborhood so they know they're moving into a safe neighborhood. You could do lists, bank-owned properties. I know HUD does the $100 down program, so if you can pull up a list of HUD-owned properties and share it with people, hey, guess what? You know, these houses, you can wind up owning one of these for just $100 down. You know, share that list with them. This will, you know, this is offering value to them. And offer it for free. This is the lead magnet. You want to start that relationship, generate that trust. Mortgage-related handouts or cheat sheets about credit, down payment, closing costs, etc. I put this down here. Your lead magnet should be specific. So specific in numbers. Make sure you can use numbers. You know, use this guide to get 0% down payment. You know, use numbers if you can. If you have testimonials, you know, this couple found their dream house in 5 days using this guide, or, you know, whatever the case is, make sure you're being specific with them because a lot of people are doing this, to be honest with you. You know, they're creating these lead magnets. They're getting people to give their email information up. What a perfect way to stand out than being more specific about what your offer is. You know, how does this exactly benefit the home buyers? You know, how fast can they do it? Those things will definitely put you above and beyond what other people are doing now. So these are some of the examples I included in there of other companies doing it. The Essential Guide to Internet Marketing. And then you see right there, it's a little form, says first name, last name, email. Continue. Once they hit continue, they get the guide, and you get their email address and first name and last name. I said before, you can also create quizzes. I believe this came from Realtor.com or Trulia or something like that. This is a neat little way to just get them in the door. Which decade does your home actually belong in? You know, just, I know this more applies to the seller's market, but you guys can get, you know, inspiration from this idea how to generate interest. Take this little quiz and see, how energy efficient you are, whatever it is. All right, so let's move on to the next step, creating your ad. Now, I highly recommend, if you're just starting out with Facebook ads, and I don't mean boosting posts, I mean creating serious ads and funnels, I advise you to start really simple, because Facebook does have a lot of options, but my recommendation is just start with a single image or a single video. No reason to get crazy. I know a carousel ad is one of the ones that Facebook offers, and that's kind of beneficial for real estate agents because they can show multiple properties to home buyers. But I do advise start simple, especially for your guys' case, being an LO or mortgage broker. A single image or a single video will do. Single video being maybe a testimonial or an office tour to maybe like a meet and greet with your team. Or you can just pick a single image. Facebook does a great job. They offer you stock images from Shutterstock, which is a big company that offers some quality stock images. But my recommendation is if you're going to use stock images, I would recommend altering them slightly so they look a little more personalized, whether it's adding a banner to it or a little text to the stock images. I wouldn't just use the stock images on their own, just because we're getting to the point, and especially my generation, we know what stock images look like, and we know what real pictures are. Like if you took a picture in your office, everybody can distinguish the difference between the two. And the stock images are a little off-putting. So if you're going to use stock images, make them your own. Like I said, add a banner to it, add some text to it. Or you can just create your own from scratch. You can use services like Canva.com to create images. I personally use Canva.com. I think it's a great resource to kind of create your own ads, create your own flyers, materials. It's a great little software that you guys can use. And for the most part, it's free. If you want to kind of put your brand colors in there and have them make recommendations for you, you could pay for their service. I think it's like, $14 a month or something like that. But you could use their free service and it works just fine, and you can create great images out of there. Make sure the images are eye-catching, contrasting. Make sure you're using contrasting colors and portrays the message. Like I said, add a little text in there, kind of re-emphasize what the ad copy says, re-emphasize it in the image. And if you're using video, testimonials work great, office tours, meet and greets with the team. Getting a face of the name is amazing. It goes so far to build that relationship, and testimonials are a huge deal. If you have a great story of, a couple against all odds was, they were able to get this house because of all the effort you put in as a broker, that is great material to share as an ad. So I highly recommend that. I just saw a comment come through. I love Canva. Yeah, it is a great service. And like I said, for the most part, it's free. You can get little professional graphics in there for like $1 a piece. But, like I said, you can create great images for free. It is a great service. There's also Design Pickle and 99 Designs, if you guys want to jot that down too. Those are kind of graphic designers that you can hire for cheap to create like amazing graphics. I use them every once in a while, Design Pickle or 99 Designs, but that's up to you guys, so you can check that out as well. So let's get on to the content creation. We need a headline, text, the news feed link description, and the call to action button. The headline, just be specific about what it is. What is it that you're offering them? What's that lead magnet that you've created, that first-time home buyer's guide? Be specific to what it is. First-time home buyer's guide. Or, how to get your home quicker, how to get into your dream home quicker. Well, keep it short, keep it specific. That's the idea of the headline, because usually that would be one of the first parts they read. So keep it short, keep it simple, keep it specific. Make sure it gets across the point of what you're trying to offer. The text, this is the main ad copy that goes at the top of the ad. Make sure you're hitting a pain point. There's a lot in the mortgage industry because, like I said, it's a very complicated process, and you guys are experts in this area, so you know all the pain points of these people. what they go through, the bumps in the road that they hit when they're trying to get their home. So if you know that pain point specifically, you can create the lead magnet, the free offer to them, answering or solving that pain point, and then that text can just be re-emphasizing, that pain point. So are you dealing with this, or are you going through this? Here's the answer. Download my guide. That kind of idea. Obviously, that's just a broad statement, but you get the idea. It's finding out what the pain points are and solving them for your customers. Make a strong call to action after it. And make sure you're using you. It's a very effective way to get somebody's attention. You, because they can put themselves in that situation. Are you having trouble with this? It's psychology. You're putting them in that situation in that moment. Are you struggling with this? Then they kind of put themselves there. That's the idea of using you, so I highly recommend including that somewhere. And make sure there's a strong call to action. The call to action is you want them to download the lead magnet. So say, download this free guide to getting your dream home. The newsfeed link description, this is at the bottom of the ad and underneath the headline. It's really just to reiterate the call to action. Maybe another brief statement about what the material is, if you want to go into just a little more detail, and just say, download it today. Call to action button. There's always debate over this. The most popular one is learn more. And because it's the most popular one, it is the most effective one. But, if you guys want to be really specific, download this free guide. Why not use the download call to action? And actually, a lot of companies don't use any call to action. So literally, if the person clicks on the ad or the image, it just takes them to the landing page. So here's some examples of ads that I really like. You see on the left, if you're counting down the hours until you get to leave the office, it might be time for a change. So they use you. If you're counting down until you get to leave the office, they're calling out to these people. And, I don't know about you, there's been a job that I've had where, I was counting down the hours until I left the office. So, hey, they're speaking to me. When I was back in Jersey, I worked for this company that, wasn't really a good fit. So, I was counting down the hours until I got to leave the office. It might be time for a change, They at that point in my life, they could have hooked me immediately because they were speaking to me directly and hitting a pain point. With over 3,500 companies on hire, find one that you're passionate about. And they got a nice little image there. Get more out of your work-life balance. That's a quick call out to emphasize what they're offering. And that little image, I think, is great. The little kind of balance. Maybe you could look at it like a gas tank where work is on empty and you want to get to full life. So it really emphasizes the point of what they're trying to make here. If you are counting down the hours, it might be time for a change. Use our service to find your dream job. On the right here, don't bottle up your emotions. I mean, that's great. It's bottles. They're half full and they got sad faces. So, don't bottle them up because then you might explode. Start eat counseling now. Same thing with these two. It's the same company, Start Eat Counseling Now. Not all wounds are visible, and they got little Band-Aids with faces on them. It's simple, it's cute. People see this and, kind of smile, and that's the idea. And they're also emphasizing the point of their services. They're talking about Eat Counseling. Not all wounds are visible. It goes hand in hand. Here's a wine one. Stop going to the store. We deliver personalized wines to your doorstep. So they're hitting that pain point immediately. Stop going to the store. Why go to the store when we can deliver personalized wines to your doorstep? Get started today. There's that call to action. Get started today. Take $20 off your first order and receive complimentary shipping. You're starting to see a pattern. They're hitting pain points. And then they're kind of giving you the solution, a glimpse into the solution. And then they're providing that call to action. Get started today. And same with these. You'll be getting a copy of this presentation, so you can obviously check these out, at your own convenience. But you can create a blog content plan in 60 seconds or less by filling in these 5 simple blanks. I mean, that's specific. 60 seconds, 5 simple blanks. Yes, it's really that simple. So they're hitting a pain point here. Coming up with blog content is time consuming. So they're saying, hey, use this content plan and you'll have no problem. It's really simple. So they're hitting that pain point. They're using specific numbers. And then, this is the 60-second blog plan. They're re-emphasizing that point in the image. They got the clock in there, so it's quick, 60 seconds. And then they have the call to action in the link description. Want more traffic to your site from content? You need a plan. Fortunately, we discovered click here. Get your blog plan. Here's some more as well. But you'll notice a pattern. The image speaks to the ad copy. They hit a pain point. They ask questions. This is a great way to get their attention, is ask them a question. Are you trying to sell your stuff online but overwhelmed by the idea of setting up a 17-step sales funnel? Finding that pain point, the things that drive people crazy about getting a mortgage or, going through the process of getting a home, ask them that question and then solve that problem for them. All right, so we're going to move on to landing pages. Now, this is where your lead magnet is going to live, your first free offer. They're going to be landing pages. So the idea is to send people off Facebook onto another landing page that's really focused. You want to move them through the sales funnel, smoothly, simultaneously. So let's start at the basics. What is a landing page? It's not your typical website page. So it's not going to be, a link to a page on your website. It has a form on there. It exists solely to capture a visitor's information through that form. So whatever your free offer is, they have to download, they have to exchange their email address. That's the idea behind the landing page. It's not about just sending them to your main website. Unfortunately, there's too many distractions on your website. There's too many navigation items on there. People are clicking home, about us, loan programs if you have it on there. There's too many places to click. There's too many places to scroll. It's distracting when you're trying to make them a valuable offer. So the idea behind the landing page is to keep it focused, to keep it simple, and to keep them moving through the sales funnel. So it has a form. It might not be on it, but there's a download button, and when they click that open, there's a form. And like I said, it exists solely to capture their information in exchange for you providing them with other valuable information for free. We call this initial landing page, us marketers, we call it the squeeze page. So the idea behind a squeeze page is to keep it very simple. As soon as they land on it, there's no scrolling, there's nowhere to go. It's just, here's the guide that we offered from the beginning. Here's that free first-time homebuyer's guide. They get to that squeeze page, and it just re-emphasizes what we already said in the ad. So download your free first-time homebuyer's guide, maybe a couple bullet points saying, this is what it will do for you, and then a download now button, call to action, download here. They're perfect for the lead magnet offer. So create a great headline, make it short and succinct, bulleted benefits like I just said before, and be specific. Sources that I personally use are leadpages.net. This is a great service where you can create landing pages. They have templates already pre-made, so you can kind of just enter your information in there. Instapage.com, I don't use this one personally, but I just learned that they have mortgage examples in there. The reason I don't use Instapage, it is a little more expensive than lead pages. I believe they start at $99 a month maybe. But yeah, I just learned that they have specific mortgage examples in there. I don't know if that's 100% true. Don't take me on my word for it, but I did see something about that. And the other one would be clickfunnels.com. That's another great service. That's a little more on the higher end too. They offer something for $97 a month, and they also have one for $197 a month. But ClickFunnels is great because they really allow you to create the entire sales funnel. Whereas lead pages, you kind of have to piece it together. ClickFunnels already has you set up in a sales funnel. That's why they charge a little bit more. But I mean, lead pages is a great place to start. I use it personally. They have great templates to work off of, and you can create some great squeeze pages out of there. Here's some examples of landing pages. I took this from Digital Marketer. Like I said, they're big in the digital marketing space. Look how simple it is, though. Ultimate Facebook Ad Template Library. Copy and paste these 7 proven Facebook ad campaigns to create low-cost, high-converting ads on demand. They got that headline. this is what it is, this is what you're going to be downloaded, this is what you can do with it, and then they have a bulleted checklist of all the benefits. You know, the 11-word ad that netted that much in sales, this trick, that trick. You know, this is all included in this ultimate Facebook ad template library. And then there's the little image there, and then there's that download button. That's what you want to draw them to. That's why it's, you know, it's a different color than most of the page because you want it to stand out. Like I was talking about the image before, the contrasting colors that applies to landing pages as well. That download now calls out to you because it's a different color than the entire page. So that's the idea behind a squeeze page. Here's another one, a little bit lengthier. Download the complete guide to selecting DAM software. So they have the little form embedded into it so they can fill it out, download the guide right there. And then they have, it's like a bulleted list, but there's a little more information about it. So you can do it this way too. And, you know, that second side, that other half, is the bottom page of that, where the testimonials are. It's great to include that on your landing page. So I would say the more complicated your free material is, I would say the more complicated your landing page could be. So if it's a very simple guide, the squeeze page that I just showed you before will work. But if you want to elaborate, if it's a long guide, maybe it's like, I don't know, 5 to 7, 10 pages or something. Or maybe it has a lot more inside it. You could use this and you can expand on it a little bit and say, hey, these people, don't take our word for it, these people used the guide and they got these results. You know, throw a little testimonials in there, back your proof up, show them the proof. Here's another one, how to enhance customer experience and increase company revenue with proactive chat. You know, same thing applies. You get that little headline, you know, they had a pain point here, they give you a couple of bullets, and then there's a form to fill out, download now. Same thing here, they just use a little bit more imagery in their landing page, but it's the same point. Okay, so once they've downloaded your free guide, then it's time to move them down the sales process. So my recommendation is, especially for mortgage brokers, so once you've created that lead magnet and you've created that squeeze page, hey, download this first-time home buyer's guide, they download it, I want you to send them to a thank you page that says a little bit more information about who you are. You know, maybe if you could throw an image of yourself on there, you know, maybe a little message from you, include some testimonies on this page, definitely. This is what we call the sales page, or people have a lot of different names for it, tripwire, sales page, the second funnel, you know, whatever it is. This is after they have downloaded that free offer. Now you're going to kind of put a little more emphasis in it and try to get this lead into a customer. That's the idea behind the sales page. So immediately following the squeeze page, they have downloaded your lead magnet. So this page is meant to alter the relationship from lead to customer. That's the most important thing. They're a lead when they download it because they still really don't know you. You've offered some value for free. They give you the email address, but now this is where we really start to build a relationship, transferring them into a customer. You know, create a form. Specifically, this is for mortgage brokers. You know, put a face on there, you know, a picture of you, or if you create a video of yourself introducing yourself, that's another great way to do it. Incorporate a little more information about who you are, what loan products you offer, you know, the special ones. Just highlight it. You know, don't go into too much detail. You know, hit some pain points in there. Are you struggling with this? Does it take too long to do this? Do you have trouble with your credit? And then answer with some of your solutions and say, you know, want some help? Why don't you fill out this form and we'll see if we can qualify you for a mortgage. So this is the idea behind the sales page. It's to get more information from them, to build on that relationship that you already started, and to turn them into customers. So create a form that asks for their name, their email address, maybe where they currently live, where they plan on moving. You even ask their credit score if you'd like. You know, create a little bit more of a form. This way you have more information about them, so you know if they're qualified. You know, obviously if they put their credit score and it's, you know, 495 or something like that, you know they got the free guide, so you offered them value, but maybe you shouldn't take that next step. You know, don't waste their time, don't waste your time. But that's why you create the sales page. It's to build that relationship, find some more information. You know, ask them for their phone number. I mean, this is huge because, you know, you want some help finding a mortgage after you just offer them valuable information, well, give me your name and phone number, and let's qualify you. Over the phone, you could do it right there. So you get their phone number, and you could build on that relationship. So headline ideas: are you currently looking for a house? Want some help getting a mortgage? See if you qualify for a mortgage. You could ask these questions to them, and then have the form on that page, have them fill it out, and then now you have their phone number, a little bit more information about them. So now you could do that, that introductory call or that consultation, if you will. So that's just something I saw. I figured I'd put it up there. I know, they're saying sign up for your free WISTI account, but I'm thinking, are you looking for a home, or what I said on the previous page? Are you looking for a house, want some help getting a mortgage? And then you can send them here or have it on the page. Fill out their first name, last name, their email address, their phone number, and then maybe down here a little bit about you, the loan products you offer, and so on. And I took this from Trulia. They do this to learn the value of your home. You put in your address, and then they collect more information later. Tell us where to send the report, how valuable is your home, that kind of thing. But I want these to kind of inspire you to think of ideas of how you can create your sales page. They downloaded your free lead magnet. Now you take them to a page and you offer them some more information. They're asking for more here, Trulia. You could share some about your product info, and then your testimonial is at the bottom, whether it be, just written copy or a video. Video testimonials are very powerful. So I want these to inspire some ideas. All right, so let's move on to finding your target market on Facebook. Now, I feel like this is a lot of times this is where I feel people kind of fall short of Facebook advertising. And I'll explain why, because when you start getting involved, Facebook advertising, there's a lot built into it. So like I said before, a lot of people say, oh, I've tried Facebook advertising, I try it, and I find out they just boosted posts, or they just did simple link clicks to their website, which can be beneficial, but you have to build on that. You have to build on all these things. So when you're looking for your target market, the same thing applies. Don't just start typing in stuff. Do your research beforehand, before you even get into Facebook. Good questions to ask yourself are, who are the big brands or authority figures in real estate, mortgage, home buying industry? Some of the big brands we think of for home buyers, Trulia, Realtor.com. I mean, these are where the people are going to find their homes. What websites do they frequent? So like I said, Realtor.com, Trulia, Homes.com. A lot of people are visiting these websites. They're looking for a home, obviously. So why not target them? And this is a great one for the mortgage industry, is where do they live? Facebook allows you to target cities and radiuses around those cities, or towns and radiuses around those towns up to 50 miles. So you could really make it specific, because obviously if you're licensed in Florida, you're not going to sell to people in Alabama because you're not licensed there. So you're going to keep it in Florida, and that's the idea. If you're in Central Florida, maybe you just want to keep it to Central Florida. If you're in Southern Florida, maybe you just want to keep it to Southern Florida. But you get where I'm going. You could structure it in Facebook where you're just targeting a specific area. What tools and resources do they use? This one popped into my mind. They use a mortgage calculator. That could be an interest. And so you're going to enter this information into Facebook once you do your research. And I recommend just doing a simple Google search to answer these questions. Type in top websites for homeowners. Top websites for home buyers. Top tools or resources for first-time home buyers. Top websites for first-time home buyers. Do your homework. Do your research. Google is the best for that because Google has everything. Top brands, top authority figures in home buying industry, top blogs in the home buying industry. And you can find all these things, and all you do is input this information into Facebook, and that's how you create a more targeted Facebook advertising campaign. Like I said, use the interest category. I see a lot of people, they use the behaviors and demographics. These are great. Don't get me wrong. These are great. But interests it's actually data from Facebook. This is the Facebook-owned data that they find. So any actions that people are taking on their Facebook pages, whether they're liking different pages, they're sharing different material, they're liking different posts on different pages on a different brand's page. You know, if they're liking Realtor.com, their post, or if they're liking Trulia's post. You know, this is all the stuff that Facebook gathers, the interest category. This is the most important category. That's why I say do your search on Google beforehand. Find out the top websites, the top tools, the top brands, the authority figures, and type their information into the interest category. Behaviors and demographics, they're actually done by third-party companies. I don't know how many of you know that. So they're actually not as accurate. So what happens is these third-party companies outside of Facebook conduct these surveys, kind of measure stuff on their pages, or they send out quizzes and they're collecting information and they provide it to Facebook, and then Facebook attempts to match all that information with Facebook's information. So they're trying to match up the profiles, and a lot of the time it's not as accurate as you would like it to be, but they are still great ones to use. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying really stay away from behaviors and demographics. I'm just saying the interest category, that is Facebook-driven data, so that's going to be the most accurate. So I was talking about, you know, driving cold traffic or driving, you know, strangers in, leads, and turning them into customers. I want to explain a little bit what I mean by cold traffic. So cold traffic they're people that don't know anything about your business. They're strangers to your business. They don't know anything about you. So that's why I recommend starting with a valuable blog post, podcast, or video. You know, offer useful information without asking them for anything in return at first. This way, you kind of build the relationship. They trust you because you really didn't try to sell them anything, even though it's a free offer. And like I said, it's not a big deal. It's not a bad thing if you just want to start off by offering them the lead magnet. But it's up to you guys. If you want to build that relationship a little quicker, you can offer them something of value like a blog post or a podcast or a video without asking for anything in return. It's all about building that relationship. And then you can retarget them with the lead magnet and sales page, you know, at a later date. So this kind of brings in the remarketing strategy with the Facebook Pixel. And I'm going to touch on it in this webinar, but you guys can let me know at the end of it. You know, I'll answer your questions. If you'd like me to host one on retargeting, remarketing using the Facebook Pixel, you know, you guys can let me know at the end. So that's cold traffic, strangers to your business, people that don't know who you are. So you want to invite them in with either a free offer or start with something valuable that doesn't ask them for anything in exchange. Warm traffic. These are people that you already have. These are people you have on your email list. These are if you have some kind of website tracking, whether it be Google Analytics or if you have a Facebook Pixel in place already, this is warm traffic because they already know who your company is. You know, they've been to your website, they've checked it out. If they're on your email list, maybe they were a potential lead and it kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Or maybe it didn't work out this time, or maybe they weren't ready and maybe they will be ready months later. You can use this and actually upload it directly into Facebook. They'll allow you to create a custom audience is what it's called. And the reason I say using warm traffic is because it yields higher conversion rates than cold traffic would, because they already know you. So you already kind of built up that initial relationship, so when you send them an advertisement or send them to a landing page, they're already familiar with you, so there's a better chance that they'll convert. And you can, like I said, you can enter that info directly into Facebook. If you go to create a custom audience, you can do it through website visitors, or you can do it through contact information, and they allow you to upload an Excel file, basically. That's called comma-separated value file. So you can upload the Excel file directly into Facebook, and Facebook will attempt to follow the email addresses on there and build a list for you to advertise to on Facebook. And like I said, you could track using the Facebook Pixel, and I'm going to talk about that a little right now. So what is the Facebook Pixel? Now, the Facebook Pixel is a snippet of code, which is a cookie, that tracks which people click on your ad, visit your landing page, or convert on your landing page. I talked to some people, and they said they try advertising, and I asked them if they use the Facebook Pixel, and a lot of the time, I'd say almost 50%, they say no. in my opinion, you're not using Facebook to its capacity. Facebook is a great way to bring in leads, to get new customers, but there has to be a tracking, there has to be a sales funnel, and you have to be tracking and analyzing your data. You can have your IT person do this. It's really simple. I included the Facebook Pixel implementation guide right there. You can click on that link, and it'll basically show you step-by-step how to install and implement the Facebook Pixel on your website, on your landing pages. So if you have an IT guy in-house and you show him this, he can do it in a matter of 5-10 minutes to implement the whole thing. So that's that link right there. Like I said, you'll get the presentation slides. You can click on it, and it's literally a step-by-step walkthrough on how to install the Pixel on your website. And like I said before, you can use the Pixel to create custom audiences, which you can retarget. Website visitors are the top one. You can even target people who've engaged with your Facebook page, people that have liked your post, people that have liked your page, people that have shared your post. You can retarget them as well and send them the free offer and then try to convert them on the sales page. This is a big one right here. You can use the Pixel to create custom conversions. Now, what custom conversions are, this is when you're using the conversions objective from Facebook. Now, the idea behind this is once you put in the Pixel code on your website and on any landing pages that you create, you can create an ad, a conversion ad, that optimizes for the most conversions. So let's say you have your lead magnet, your free offer, and you have Facebook Pixel tracking that so you can retarget them later. But the idea behind the conversion one is if you place a specific pixel on your thank you page, which is thank you/sales page, you can optimize that ad to get the most conversions. So Facebook has its own internal algorithm. So once you start running these ads and people are downloading your free offer and getting to that thank you page, Facebook does a great job at finding the similarities of who's converting and finding people just like that. So they're optimizing your ad to get the most conversions possible. That's the idea behind it. And I'm sorry if I went over some of your heads with the Pixel and the tracking, the analytics talking, and that's why I kind of recommended that maybe I host a webinar specifically on the Facebook Pixel tracking and analytics and remarketing, just because it is a big topic and it's very important. Once you start scaling and building your Facebook advertising funnels, this is the all-important part once you start scaling everything. So I hope you kind of understood where I was coming from. If you didn't, I would check out this link and talk to your IT guy and see if they can help you out with this. Because once you get the hang of it, it is simple. You could definitely implement it, within a few steps. And, just learning how to analyze it and track it and retarget with the Pixel, it's the all-important thing, especially if you're trying to get conversions. So, I just want to throw some analytics out there for you that are really important. So if you're using the conversion objective, obviously the cost per conversion, you want to keep it below $8. If you're any higher than that, you might want to think about adjusting your advertising campaign, adjusting your landing page, your ad. You definitely want to look at link clicks, how many people are clicking from your Facebook ad to your landing page, how much is it costing you. If it's $2 and under per link click, I'd say you got a pretty successful Facebook ad. Or, if it's 2% to your landing page, I'd say that's successful. Even lower, better. Obviously, you want to check the reach, how many people you're reaching with your budget, and you always want to keep an eye on the amount spent. So, set a budget for yourself. If you want, start with $5 a day. That's the minimum on Facebook, and you can start with that. There's no issue with that whatsoever. This is a great way to start your campaigns at $5 a day. Kind of test the waters of different ads you want to use, maybe different lead magnets, free offers you want to use. Test out maybe one or two landing pages. That's the idea. spend $5 at first, kind of test the waters out, see how it's performing, and then you can increase. I think you get the best results after $10 a day. That's my honest opinion. That's what I've seen from my own experience. And once you start getting into $15, $20 a day, that's when you really start to see the results coming through. You always want to check relevance. This means how relevant does your audience feel the ad is to them. And if it's anything lower than 5, you might want to think about changing something on the ad, whether it be the image, whether it be the text copy. Maybe it's just the wrong offer for that audience. Or honestly, it could be the wrong targeting. Maybe you have to adjust your targeting. Maybe it's not the right people that you're reaching. Relevance is an important number. It's a 1 through 10 scale. Anything from 5 and under, so 4, 3, 2, 1, I would say that's kind of a weak relevance. And you might want to look into changing some things. And like I said, try multiple ads at once. That's the beauty of Facebook, that it's not super expensive like, other forms of advertising. You could really start A and B testing $5 a day. So, if you have one ad that you really like and you want to test it against another, if you have one landing page that you like and, maybe there's another one that sticks out, you kind of test them against each other for $5 a day and see which one works the best. My recommendation is to let the ads run from 5 to 7 days to see its effectiveness. The rule of thumb is Facebook's own algorithm takes a little bit of time to kick in. So letting your ads run for at least, at the minimum, I'd say 5 days. Let it run for 5 days. See what kind of results you're getting. If you're not getting anything, just get rid of the ad and, let's try again. If you're doing A and B testing, which means you're testing multiple ads at once, see which one's performing better after 5 days, and then you can get rid of the other one. And then maybe you can put that extra budget into the ad that won, technically, the one that beat out the other one. So like I said, the algorithm will optimize after a few days. Give it 5 days. That's my recommendation. If it's not working, try changing up things a little bit or just starting over. That's really up to you. So now I know I kind of went on for a long time, and we're almost at 3 o'clock. But I definitely want to open up the floor to you guys before I jumped off this phone call. So this is going to be the live Q&A. I want you to ask me some questions. Just so you know, you will get a copy of this presentation and recording of this webinar to review. If you do have any follow-up questions, or you just honestly can't think of anything right now, or you have to hop off the call, I know you guys got a busy schedule. There's my contact information. You'll have it when I send you the presentation. Please feel free to call me or email me. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. But now, like I said, I'd like to open up the floor to you. If you guys have a few minutes, please ask away, whatever questions you may have. And also, I did want to bring up the fact, if you guys want to let me know in the chat, if you would like me to do another webinar on retargeting, remarketing, show you a little bit about the Facebook pixel, please just type yes into the chat box if you'd like me to do that as a webinar. Maybe I can include a little bit of a walkthrough as well. Okay, so I see a couple of yes, good idea, sure, that would be great. Okay, awesome, yeah, so, I'll definitely, yes, that would be awesome, okay. No, I appreciate the feedback, and, this is where I can get my ideas. I want to know what you guys want to hear about. I know Facebook advertising is a big topic, and, I wanted to cover this stuff to help you guys, bring in more. This is my expertise, so I wanted to offer my services for free. This could be a lead magnet. You know what I'm saying? This is my free offer to you hosting these webinars. So, it works on all levels. But yeah, I think for the next webinar, what I'll do is I'll kind of show you guys how to place the Facebook pixel, show you kind of what it does, how to retarget, create custom audiences, and maybe I'll kind of walk you through the process. Okay, I'm going to give you guys maybe a couple more minutes if you want to ask me some questions. Oh, I got one. Okay. What do you think is a good video? In my honest opinion, if you're going to use a video for Facebook advertising, the best one is a video testimonial, especially with you in it. So maybe if you can, not necessarily, sorry. I would think a good video would be to have a testimonial of a really great story of a couple that you worked with, a family that you worked with that, the process seemed a little rough and, because you were so involved with it, you helped them get the home of their dreams. I think those are great, great, great videos to use for Facebook advertising. And, you can kind of combine it with, hey, I'm offering a free first-time home buyer's guide. This is the exact process I went through with this couple to get them their dream home. Check out their story below. They can check out their story. They see, oh my, it's emotional. They got their dream house. They click off the video. They go to your free offer. They download it. You get a new lead. You kind of build on that relationship. Another good video, honestly, is kind of meet and greet with your team or yourself. Kind of introduce yourself, what you offer. Putting a face to the company is always beneficial because when we're dealing with, especially when millennials are dealing with people on social media or things like that, we want to know we're communicating with another human being. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure it frustrates you too, but I get on the phone with some of these bigger companies and everything's automated, and I just want to talk to a person. That's the same way I feel if I'm talking to brands on social media. I want to hear a person's voice. Hi, this is so-and-so. This is what I do. At least I know. It's a little more personable. You're getting to see the person. It's not just a brand talking to you or a company talking to your face. Another good video would be just a tour of the office, maybe showing how nice the office is, maybe showing a meeting. I just saw one recently, one that was on LinkedIn. It was a video of a loan officer, I would assume, and it was just showing them interacting with a customer. Kind of introducing herself. She shook her hand, brought her in the office, and it seemed like very nice, very very personal. Okay, I just got another question. How long or short should the video be? So, for sure, Instagram, which is, Facebook also owns Instagram. I think Instagram only allows up to 60 seconds of video. So if you want to go that route, if you want to advertise on Facebook and Instagram, you have to keep it 60 seconds and under. My recommendation is no longer than 2 minutes. That's my honest opinion. No longer than 2 minutes, because by that time, because that's Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, and they're all instant gratification. So if you're putting a 10-minute long video, I can promise you, not a lot of people are going to watch it unless they're really, really, really interested in what you have to say, which could be anywhere from 1% to 2%. Unless they're on the borderline of buying a home and they're just looking for the right mortgage broker or something like that. Maybe it could work. But I do recommend, the max being about 2 minutes on Facebook or on any social media platform. That's the length I recommend. Okay, someone else said LinkedIn ads would be interesting too. Yeah, sure, I could do that down the road. I definitely have a lot of experience with LinkedIn ads as well. So I could definitely share that information with you. Maybe the next two I'll do is LinkedIn ads, and I'll also show you guys a little bit about remarketing and the Facebook pixel. I see one more. Okay. Yes, definitely. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll think about that, and obviously keep an eye out, and I'll let you know. I don't see any more questions coming through. Let me just scroll up and make sure I didn't miss any. You asked, will you be emailing us a copy? Yes, you'll get a copy of the presentation and a recording. Yeah, okay, so that's it. I don't see any more questions coming through. Thank you guys so much for taking the hour out of your day to join me. I hope that you were able to take something away from this. Like I said, if you have any follow-up questions, please feel free to contact me. I'd be happy to answer. You can call me if you like to, and we can have a nice conversation over the phone, whatever you guys would like. But I really appreciate you taking an hour out of your day to kind of join me and listen to me. I really do hope you're able to enact some of the things I shared, and I really hope you take something away from this. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time.